We're asked to determine the absolute extrema of the given function over the closed interval from -3 to +9. Because the given function is continuous over the closed interval from -3 to +9, we are guaranteed to have an absolute maximum and an absolute minimum. To determine the absolute extrema, we evaluate the given function at the endpoints as well as at the critical numbers. Let's begin by determining the critical numbers of the given function, which is where the derivative is equal to 0 or undefined. F prime of x is equal to the derivative of x to the fourth, which is 4x cubed, minus the derivative of 32x squared, which is 64x, and then plus the derivative of 9, which is equal to 0. Notice how the derivative function is a cubic function, which is never undefined, and therefore to find the critical numbers, we set the derivative equal to 0 and solve for x, which gives us 4x cubed minus 64x equals 0. Now we will solve this equation by factoring. Looking at the left side, the greatest common factor is 4x. If we factor out 4x, we're left with x squared minus 16. Of course, we can always check this by distributing 4x. We still have 4x cubed minus 64x. And now we can factor x squared minus 16 as a difference of squares. We have 4x and then times two binomial factors, where the binomial factors are x plus 4 and x minus 4. So the product on the left is equal to 0. So the derivative is equal to 0 when x equals 0, or when x equals -4, or when x equals +4. Now check to make sure all these critical numbers are in the interval from -3 to +9. Well, 0 is in the interval, but notice how -4 is not in the interval, so we are not going to evaluate the original function at x equals -4. So we do have to be careful to make sure the critical numbers are in the given interval, and 4 is in the interval. Now we need to find the function values, f of -3, f of 0, f of 4, and f of 9. Let's do this on the next slide. And now we perform substitution into the original function. And now let's go to the calculator. F of -3 is -198, f of 0 is 9, f of 4 is -247, and f of 9 is 3,978. Let's go ahead and record these function values. Notice the least function value is -247, which is the absolute minimum, which occurs at x equals 4, and the greatest function value is 3,978, which is the absolute maximum, which occurs at x equals 9. Let's go ahead and record this below. The function has an absolute minimum value equal to -247 at x equals 4, and the function has an absolute maximum value equal to 3,978 at x equals 9. And finally, before we go, let's verify this graphically. I've already graphed the given function over the closed interval from -3 to +9. Notice the highest point of the function over this interval is this point here, where the function value is 3,978. This is the absolute maximum at x equals 9. And the lowest point on the graph over this interval is this point here, where the function value or y value is -247, which occurs at x equals 4. The graph verifies our work is correct. I hope you found this helpful.